Yo, 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 what's up, folks? You're live with Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And it is Tuesday. Shit, what the fuck? It's Friday, y'all. It's Friday,
Did you
y'all.
say it's Tuesday?
I said it's Tuesday.
Oh, man.
I said it's
You
Tuesday.
are really overdoing it.
I'm on some other kind of shit today. Yeah, folks, it's Friday, y'all. It's been a long week. Feel like Tuesday. I was out of town yesterday. Feel like I'm just getting back. Anyway, you're live with Legendary Connects with my boy Dr. Dre on the phone. What up, Dre?
Hello.
Lonzo live. And Bernadette should be here any minute with her good late butt. What's up with you, Doc?
I reached out to her, and I didn't get a response, so we'll see what happens.
All right, that'll work. I'm quite
This
sure
is a troubling week, man. This is a troubling week, brother.
Okay.
It's a troubling week.
Here, go
and
for
we
it.
got real trouble, and we have to recognize it now. Now, we know what's going on inside of rap music, hip-hop, and entertainment, and sometimes sports, and all the other gracious things. But we have some serious trouble right now. Because in the state of Tennessee, big up Arrested Development all the time, we had two young African-American black men, Democrats, who are part of the Tennessee Three, two black men and a white woman. That always is trouble right there. That's electric. That's dynamic. That's bigger than a nuclear bomb. That's incredible. Like a war in Ukraine. Two black men and a white woman who were expelled from the House of Representatives in Tennessee for protesting the gun violence and to actually get some. Three 9-year-olds at a Catholic school. We'll put Catholic on it so that people think it's real important. Catholics and three people in their 60s. The janitor, maintenance worker, head of janitor, the head of the school, and the substitute teacher. They were protesting on the floor of the House in Tennessee. I'm doing it this way so it's a little entertaining, a little jovial, but it's serious. We got trouble right here in Nashville City with a T and a C. What's going on? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I heard about this morning. I was listening to the news this morning, and I heard them like, "What in the fuck? You got mad because somebody want to do something about this gun shit?" That goes to show you the power of the NRA. That goes to show you
the power of white people. White men,
who you think run the NRA?
I
think the Negro Rifle Association.
Look, there's some Negroes in there. Let me tell you something. Let's be honest about the NRA, the National Rifle Association. In its beginnings, was a very good organization. But what has happened? It's been, what do you want to say?
Hijacked.
Hijacked. It's been run amok. It's been
taken over
for the effects of those who understand what happens when you use the Second Amendment and you use it to say, oh, but you're taking away our guns and our Second Amendment rights. When those white men wrote that Second Amendment, they didn't know nothing about no AR-15.
Nope.
They used to shoot with one rifle, then have to reload it, put the ammunition in, clock it, and then go pow and do it again. There was no
right.
It didn't exist. They never thought it was to protect people from coming in and taking away your rights in your home, so you can protect yourself. We have gone way past that now. Way past that. And all these little hidden laws by white Republicans and some ignorant Republicans of color who aren't watching what's going on. We are on the steps and the path of becoming an autocracy. We're on the path. They're doing a good job of it. They're making sure that we're a little slow.
Well,
we don't know.
You see what's happening, right? Around the world.
I'm telling you what's happening. I'm with you.
Can I finish?
Please.
When China and Russia get together and start shaking hands, there's a lot to be dealt with there, boy. That's a lot to be thought about. That don't happen. Homeboy from China don't leave China on a regular basis. He ain't one to do a lot of traveling.
Nope.
He rolled up to Russia, kicked it with Putin. Allegedly, they kicked it with some brothers from Saudi Arabia, and they talking about eliminate the dollar out of their economic system, which is a major move. And I mean, think about this for a second. The other day, I forgot the guy's name. The guy who invented Cash App, he come up dead.
Bob Lee.
Come up dead. 41 years old, come up dead. Okay. Now, allegedly, the Federal Reserve have a Cash App type app to do the same thing. I ain't messing with it. Number two, you got Russia, China, and other countries talking about going off the dollar. Okay, the dollar hasn't been backed by anything in so long. Like since 1972, 73, they took the dollar off the gold standard. So it means basically it's just paper. Meanwhile, we got inflation up the ass. Everybody's crying about how much it costs to buy everything in America. Okay, so if they've allowed, for the most part, America to be dependent on everybody else except America. All right. Now you're getting your oil from you were getting oil from Russia. They ain't messing with you right now. You were getting oil from Saudi Arabia. They kind of OPEC. They backing off of you. You got oil here. Okay. You got oil here, but you won't use that. You sell that to other people, but you buy from somebody else. That don't make no sense. Number two, for years we had the biggest steel manufacturing plants in the world here in America. Mm-hmm. Sent that over to China. Okay, so everything you do is being outsourced in order to generate profit. Then you wonder why when you walk into Walmart, you can't find nothing in the Walmart that says "Made in America." Okay, think about that. It's a YouTube channel, and a guy actually paid somebody $100 to find something in the Walmart that says "Made in America." He couldn't find it. He couldn't get the money. Okay.
No.
And meanwhile, we fighting over who gonna be niggas and whether we gonna have guns or not. Okay.
Yep. How much fentanyl can we take without dying?
How much fentanyl
can we take before we die?
Speaking of women, I don't mean to change the subject, but I got to. Speaking of fentanyl, I read today that Coolio died from an overdose of fentanyl.
I was about to ask you that. That was in my line of questioning.
Coolio had fentanyl in his system. Fentanyl, heroin, and meth. Damn. Upper and downer. Go ahead.
Took out Coolio?
Yes.
Fentanyl took out Prince?
Yes.
Technically, I'm going to say fentanyl took out Michael Jackson, even though we knew it was something else. But it still was a drug.
It was propofol with Mike, but I get you.
But I'm just trying to, I'm riding the fentanyl thing, you know. And the thing is, they're making fentanyl look like candy so they can get little kitties on it.
Man, I'm trying to figure out.
Remember when they were talking when Coolio died? Oh, Coolio, he wasn't on nothing. He was always a clean rapper. He never took anything. But then you go back and you take that autopsy, you take that test to find out what's in your system.
Yep.
And fentanyl pops up. Now I'm afraid to get anything from anybody in your hands. And I have to use the word afraid because I don't know what's in it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
In all due respect and praises to Coolio's family, I know they probably didn't want that to come out that way it was, but a lot of major players in entertainment are on fentanyl. Or they're taking stuff because they need this pill. They need this. That's what makes it so interesting when you watch the movie Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash and Rose That was the Bruce Carter movie.
Okay.
And Johnny Cash about all the pills that he was on, and the Percocets and all that. He was doing that before Percocet was a word we said every day.
Who was this? Johnny
Cash. Johnny Cash. One of my favorite artists. Johnny Cash was heavily addicted to Percocet and all that stuff. They've been getting us addicted to pills and all this stuff for years.
I never was a big drug fan. I smoked a little weed. I've done other little shit back in the day. Me and my cousin was talking about the other day. Man, you couldn't pay me to do that shit no more. This ain't nothing safe no more, man.
Look, I'm not a fear of needles. I don't mean it that way. But I don't like getting jabbed with a needle. I'm a jab a needle in my arm to get high.
One thing about we talked about that heroin never was a big, very popular drug. People use it, of course.
Heroin was huge.
Wait. Let me finish. In the West Coast.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
On the West Coast, it may have been huge back east, but it was not huge on the West Coast at all. It was not a big West Coast drug. There have people that used it, but it was not a popular drug where oh man, homeboy got that H, homeboy got that horse. It wasn't that kind of party for us out here. Okay.
But you notice they're now starting, and I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize. To say, LSD is okay. Sports athletes should be able to take these other drugs if they want to take them.
Chris Dax, kiss my ass. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No more.
I forgot the gentleman's name on HBO who has his sports show. And he went through this whole thing about, look at what the NBA did. And they stopped this one from smoking weed. And now all of a sudden, it's okay to smoke weed. And I'm going to say this very clearly again. The weed that's out there today is not the weed from the 70s that we grew up on when we would try John Lovin. And we was with Bob Marley.
Right.
This is some chemically altered drug you are ingesting. It is.
Well,
anything laced with something on top of it has been altered. This is not grown. We come from the earth. Not that stuff.
Not that shit. If it does not produce fertile seeds, it's not regular weed. Remember that.
It's not weed.
When you have to clone it, it's a clone. Trust me. When you have to clone it, it's a clone. And that's the difference in clone products versus natural products. Natural weed, well, you could drop it on the ground and come back and it's gonna grow like any other plant. You can't this new shit right here. I tried my best to get into some agriculture at one point in time. And I asked my partner, I said, where are we gonna get some seeds from? He said, well, seeds. We're not planting no seeds. How are we gonna start the plants? We're gonna get some clones. Clones? How are we gonna do some clones? And we went and bought a tray of clones. And I'm like, damn. But again, as a youngster growing up in the 70s, if one of them weed seeds fell out your shoebox top on the ground or your album cover on the ground, you had a plant coming in about 3 to 4 days. Okay. And I tell you the story about my brother, right?
Yes. I mean, you know what? If you're smoking weed and you don't use an album jacket or a shoebox, that's not weed.
Well, in the defense of some natural growers, a lot of weed has been manicured where you don't have seeds and stems no more. I understand that. Okay.
But that's a problem.
No. That's like tobacco, dude. Come on now. If you got tobacco, if you got tobacco with weeds and stems, you got a problem. You can't be smoking weeds and stems in a cigarette.
No, but dude, what I'm saying is that Newport's cigarettes with methanol in it is a drug,
right?
To keep you on cigarettes,
right?
Methanol
and nicotine.
Because when people now I'm gonna go older than us. When people in the 40s and 50s and they were smoking Camels with no filters, that was tobacco.
Right.
There was no laced with menthol and this, that, and the other to keep you hyped up on it. They were smoking straight tobacco.
Straight tobacco.
That's why they wasn't dying of cancer from that kind of smoking or those kind of cigars. This stuff these kids and everyone is smoking and thinking it's okay is laced. It's laced to keep you addicted. It's like our food. Our food is laced to keep you addicted.
What's the
You are
lace?
not eating food.
The sugar and the salt is where the addiction comes in at, correct?
Exactly. And it's done purposely.
I know
and they do
I'm
it
a
so
sugar junkie
subtly
myself.
now.
I'm a sugar junkie.
I am too. Look. I'm going out. This is Resurrection Weekend, and Sunday is Easter Sunday, and we might not be able to buy a dozen eggs in the refrigerator in the grocery store, but them chocolate Cadburys are everywhere.
Man, you know what? I haven't seen the commercial for Easter all fucking. I forgot Easter was even hit. Was even. I
What are
forgot.
you thinking? Come on, where are we? Okay, I can't because I'm
No.
a telephone news
Not,
junkie.
I'm just thinking because used to be a time, 2 weeks before Easter, the Cadbury Cadbury.
Oh, they were running them.
I
They were running them through March
I
Madness.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen the commercial.
You weren't watching the NCAAs.
I probably watched them there. I watched a lot of damn reruns and video on demand shit. So they had a chance to infect them yet.
But remember, I told you it's a trouble show. So let me finish because I'm glad you led us right to the next point. And I'm going to say it first. And I love Joe Biden. I love Joe and Jill Biden. I think Joe is the man. He jumped in and did what Joe does as an old 80-year-old white man. He did what he had to do to help get the country back on track. But I'm saying that first and foremost, Joe got to go. Joe got to go. Jill got to go. Because when the LSU Tigers, women's NCAA champions, defeat the Iowa Hawkeyes, Buckeyes, I don't care what eyes they are. And you and Jill Biden slips out and says, well, we need to invite both teams to the White House. I'm like, what?
Now,
because the black star of the LSU female NCAA champions did a gesture to the white NCAA star of the Iowa Buckeyes, Hawkeyes, or whatever, and they took offense to it when she started it, but the LSU Tigers finished it and waxed that tail. You can't invite both of them to the White House. Then what's the purpose of going to the White House?
okay, can I speak now?
What's the purpose?
Can I speak now?
Please.
They ain't got all that right there. You may not like it, but people are gonna be people. Okay, here we are in the middle of everything goes America. Okay, everything goes in America. So ain't no losers, ain't no winners. Ain't no men, ain't no women, ain't no boys, ain't no girls. It's just everybody is everybody. So with that being said, for her to say that in this climate, I know it could be considered offensive, but because of the climate we in, ain't no winners, ain't no losers. We just not keeping score. I'm surprised they kept score at the fucking game. They don't keep scoring. Wait. Let me finish.
Please.
They don't keep fucking score half the damn time. So now they keep score. And the black girls won, and the black girl did a gesture, the white girl did a gesture, but the white girl was unsportsmanlike, and the white girls, it was all good. I remember that. I heard all about that.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, old ass Jill Biden, 80-something years old, whatever shit, late 79, and with all this shit, she tried to do something that was different, and now everybody want to cancel Joe for his wife shit. Cancel her ass. Fuck Joe. Joe ain't do nothing. Why Joe got something for that shit?
No. The reason they gotta go is because
I hate that cancel culture shit. I hate that shit.
Let me explain.
Come on, Bernadette.
Because when you don't recognize the fact that it was women of color that put you in that White House, women of color made you the first lady. Women of color won the NCAA championship. And you go, oh, let's bring everybody along. That's why in Tennessee,
that's not the
fucking
fucking
Tennessee 3 what's going on.
I don't think that's fucking a cancelable offense. I think that's just an old white woman trying to fit into today's society that says you could be a girl with nuts. Okay, god damn, this shit is fucked up. It's fucked up beyond fucked up. So if you can be a girl with nuts and a boy with titties, goddamn it, the loser can come to the goddamn thing and hang with the winner. Come on. What the fuck?
I'm not feeling that.
I ain't say, hey, I'm just talking about, I'm telling you the climate that we in right now. We in the climate where
but you know what?
The world is non-binary. Ain't no winners, ain't no losers. It's just people get rings and some people don't. Hello, Bernadette. What's up, baby?
We're in right
Hey,
now,
legends.
you got floods, you got floods, you got storms in LA like y'all ain't seen in 40 years. 40 years. It's 70 degrees in New York. Going on 80 this weekend. 80.
Okay, and
you talking about climate?
I told you the world is non-binary. Summer is winter. Winter is now recognized as summer. God damn it! It identifies as summer. What the fuck are you worried about? That's the world. God damn it! Summer is now identifying as winter, and winter in California is identifying as goddamn New York, and New York is identified as goddamn Florida. Why are you worried about it? Just roll with the motherfucking punches.
All of America is Mississippi.
Look, my super Negro. When you were in New York, you thought you were going to need a bearskin coat. You had a hand warmers. You were going to walk around with portable heaters. You came out here and it was springtime.
Hey, New York is identified as motherfucking it's Miami now. What the fuck? Why are you so concerned?
Back to LA and you found out you was in Alaska.
I'm going to the bank Monday morning and identify as a fucking millionaire, try to make him withdraw, see how that shit work out.
Do it.
I identify as a millionaire, goddamn, multi-millionaire, $2 million. What?
Well, double check on the Legendary Connect account and make sure we're making our $500 million.
I'm going to, fuck that. I'm going to identify as a billionaire. That's what I'm going to. Fuck a million. Short money, motherfucker.
I don't know why you was trying to act like the old Batman, but I'm the new Batman. I'm a billionaire, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to identify as a billionaire. Give me a withdrawal. That's the part that I can't understand, man. How do you identify as something you can't do? I saw a brother identify as a big old brother identify as a blind white woman. Nigga, please. You ain't even light skinned.
Well, that's how you gonna do that? We got trouble.
But you know what?
And we gotta fix it.
You know what?
And the best thing I like about it though is when the white Democratic woman, Congressman Johnson, she said, "I think this happened because of skin color," and I said, "Wow, at least she told the truth." She said, "This happened because of skin color. This is a problem. How are they gonna expel them and keep me?" And we all were saying the same thing.
Yeah, that was.
They didn't do anything more than the other.
So the two black people got expelled, and the white girl didn't get expelled.
Exactly. She survived by one vote.
I had a picture of them, all three of them together. I believe she was they were actually talking together. Yeah.
And the thing is, they had thousands of white kids outside the chamber screaming and hollering to be safe, to end this gun violence. And we're sitting there, we're playing games with white Republicans and white separatists who now are taking over the state of Georgia as far as legislation and political power. So I don't know why people are running back to join back into the plantation lifestyle. I gotta move down south because you know that's what's gonna be. Really, we gotta move back to the plantation to understand who we are? Are we kidding? Are we kidding? But you have no political power. Because when Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and everybody ran down there to make Stacey Abrams governor, she lost big time. So we got major trouble. And a judge today in Texas just voted down the use of drugs that women can take care of their own biological care through abortion. Just banned it. So it's banned in California, banned in New York, banned in Mississippi, banned in Michigan, banned in Washington State. Are we freaking crazy? White men are doing this.
Okay.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene from the state of Georgia is talking about red states need to divorce the blue states. When blue states,
wait. I hear
in
what
New
you're
York
saying.
are the ones
Have you
keeping these red states afloat.
Wait. Other day I saw a picture on Instagram of that crazy bitch's feet. That bitch looked like she been climbing rocks. I ain't never seen, dude. I have never seen nothing like that didn't come with medication. Okay, her shit was fucked up. Look like she didn't miss a couple of pills. I mean, it was her feet look alienish. Okay, I'm not bullshitting. They said this is why this motherfucker is crazy. Okay, this motherfucker's feet look like some shit off of anybody's horror movie. Okay,
Who is that?
Margie Taylor Greene. Okay. Somebody
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene,
somebody took a
who's
picture.
on the Homeland Security Committee, which is scary.
Somebody took a picture of her feet, and that bitch, and she had some sandals on, and scared the fuck out the photographer. What the fuck is this shit? This motherfucker got some creature feet for real.
But that's see, like for example, everybody was waiting for the indictment of Donald J. Trump, the former president of the United States. People are like, oh, it's just a case of him paying off a porn star. No, it's not. See, and what people don't realize, when Al Capone was put in jail at his heyday, he was not put in jail for any violent crime. I repeat, Al Capone did not go to prison for violent crimes. He went to prison for tax evasion and died in prison. That's where he died.
And
so what the prosecutor, Alvin, in New York is doing, is following the same path.
I don't think he wanted I don't think he wanted him to go to jail. I think they wanted him to put his ass such a vice that he tap out. When he tap out, he can't run for office no more.
But no, the way they have the indictment written, it's written with conspiracy and tax fraud. Okay. If he gets indicted and becomes guilty of the tax fraud, he can go to jail.
Okay, but I'm saying 9 times out of 10, for him before it comes to that, he may plead guilty to a lesser charge, and part of the fucking deal, he can't run for political office no more. It ain't about.
I don't know if they're going to let him do that.
Wait. First of all,
because his other issue is
what?
His other issue is in Georgia.
Okay. That may be the one in. I'm talking about New York right now. He got federal problems.
I want to show you the pattern. I want to show you the flight pattern so you get it.
Okay.
Because everything is set up to run a certain way to make sure.
Where'd you get your law degree? Where'd you get your law degree?
Oh, but
my ass. Where'd you get your law degree? My ass. Okay. Now, let's take a law lesson from Professor Esquire Dr. Dre. Go ahead.
I can print him
because I took law classes in college.
Okay, I did too.
The degree don't mean I didn't get the knowledge.
I did too.
Okay, so you have the knowledge. Can't deny that.
I'm just trying to understand.
So remember what I said about the Republican Party.
Okay.
In Georgia, they run everything. They can remove that DA right now. They signed it into law. They can remove her from the case against Donald Trump. And what he's done. And throw the whole case out.
Okay. Now,
if they do that,
what I was saying,
we let that happen.
What I was saying was, what I said was, if it may not be about jail time, and they probably know that already in New York. That's why they putting the clamps on this motherfucker with 34 cases right now, 34 charges right now. They know if he gets out of New York, he ain't gonna do nothing in Georgia. 9 times out of 10, because Georgia got their shit on lock. Okay, so they got him with 34 charges. 34 charges. These ain't no punk ass charges. They indicted him on the Stormy Daniels thing. They got a bunch of other shit, like you said, including fraud and tax evasion.
Stormy Daniels in there, but it all comes down to the felonies are all done under conspiracy for tax fraud, because they already won the case against the Trump company, and that's why. Thing is, who the surprise witness popping out to put him away is going to be what's going to put him down.
Was it Cohen or his daughter?
No, Cohen and them they already
deposed him.
Spoken to the grand jury. Either it's going to be his former CFO that's in Rikers right now, or it's going to be William Barr. He's going to come back and say, "Gotcha."
How does everybody working for you not go to jail, but your black ass, your motherfucking ass? How is this?
No, he's going to go.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't going to jail.
Right.
I want to bet you he ain't going. First of all, question: if Donald Trump goes to jail, does he get a Secret Service detail in jail, or does he going to be?
Because the moment he's convicted,
I don't think so.
All of that goes.
I don't think so.
All goes away, bro. Look it up.
I don't think so. It's never happened before. How you looking up? It never happened before.
This
is some unprecedented shit.
Think, let me tell you something. Okay, let me work with you here. Mike Pence just sat there and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go testify." Trump right now has wet underwear because he can't control what Pence is gonna say for the federal trial of January 6th and for those documents. And the thing is, when Pence said, "I give up, I'm gonna testify," Trump knows what he said to him, and they can ask him questions. The moment he testifies and talks in front of that grand jury, that's his ass. They already are going after his who was in charge of his cabinet. I forgot the guy's name.
They go have his ass in a sling. They do it all the fucking time. It ain't about going to jail. It's about winning the fucking case. If winning the case means, okay, all right, you got this, what we're going to do? No jail time, blah, 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 house arrest, 4-5 years, probation, and you can't run for political office no more. That's what's going to fucking happen. I'm willing to bet you that's what's going to fucking happen. They're going to put him in enough of a chokehold. When he tap out, he can't run for shit no more. He can't. It may take his ass off of, I don't know, off of goddamn social media, because all he's going to do is stir up some bullshit as soon as he get. If they do it to him.
It all depends to me on who's gonna run if Uncle Joe steps down.
Fucking them. Joe. Oh shit.
Because if the Democrats win the next 4 years, Trump goes to jail. That I will bet you. And it all depends on if Uncle Joe wins, Trump goes to jail. If a new Democrat or Kamala Harris wins, Donald Trump goes to jail.
That ain't gonna happen. Kamala can't run. I don't think she's gonna run, dude. As much as I like her personally, I know she can catch a fade, but I don't see her running. Damn sure don't see her winning.
Again,
she can catch his fade, but she can't win the presidency.
That's the question mark you have to figure out.
Yeah, she catches fade.
Because right now, it's all running amok. And the way it's working, which is the other side. The plus side, do you know what happened in Wisconsin?
What happened in Wisconsin?
The Wisconsin Supreme Court just went progressive. They had somebody flip up on it. Yeah. Yes, they
got mad. Right.
And now the Republicans are losing their minds. That's in Wisconsin.
Well, they did. All she did was pull what Manchin them been doing for the last longest. Running as a Democrat and vote Republican. But
who just won the Chicago mayor's election?
You tell me.
The progressives. That's why I say we're in trouble. There's a lot of stuff happening. That's why I say the Tennessee 3 and what happened with those two eloquent 27-year-old young African-American men, both named Justin, know their history, know the law, understand what's going on. And right now, tension is riding high in Tennessee. Tension's riding high, man.
Absolutely.
It's about, look, it's about when you put the dynamite and all the gunpowder in the house, and then you bring the fuse outside, and you messing around with a lighter, and somebody walks around with a match, that fuse is gonna get lit, man, and that house is gonna go up.
Okay.
That house is going to go up.
I don't see it.
Bro,
I don't see it.
It's happening as we speak.
I don't see it going up. I see it being some political shit. Brothers only get emotional when it's violent. Then they get emotional there. But when it's political,
no, I don't mean violent from our side. No, bro.
Okay.
I don't mean violent from our side. I mean the violence is coming from those who have the most to lose. White people.
Who are they gonna jump on? Black
white
people? Or
Republicans.
who are they gonna go after?
They have the most to lose.
Who are they gonna go after? That ain't my question. Who?
They go
politically.
Dude, that's why they're trying to coordinate and gain power. That's why in California, you got what's her name having to run for the new Senate seat.
Who's that?
Who's going to replace Pelosi?
I don't know.
Dude, the fire is out. I mean, you're not realizing how many fires are on fire right now. Because it doesn't look like it, but it is. The fires are burning. Next year's election is going to be crazy.
I got a friend running for her Pelosi's seat.
Gotta make moves, man. We have to understand it's not money alone, it's the power. That's what they're fighting for. That's why Tennessee is on fire. Right now it's on fire.
When you say fire, what do you mean fire?
In other words, it's so hot. What is fire? You ask me what's fire? You don't play with fire. It burns you. Like I said, you haven't seen what Justin and Justin said. They repeat that. Now it's going to burn. Because the world knows what you've done. Just like they released, someone leaked out paperwork on what was going on in Putin's war with Ukraine. When they were dropping this, where this was going. And Putin is upset because Finland just joined NATO. You're talking about China going and shaking hands with Putin. Iran's over there too.
Where?
Because what's happening is that the world is saying we have to get off of this oil. We have to stop it because look at what's going on with our planet. So in New York right now, we have the auto show and all these electric cars that are coming out from everyone. They want combustible cars going in the next 5 years. They're willing to convert older cars into electric cars.
Brian, just stop us with your camera. It's fine. Leave it alone.
So what?
Leave your camera alone.
That was preaching. That's what I'm preaching. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out how
you don't see that happening right now, my brother.
I would love to see that happen.
California,
but I'm trying to
California is just
ask me. Can I answer my own damn question? Can I answer my own question? You asked me a question before I could even start. Take on my goddamn question.
He on a roll.
I'm sorry.
You rolling over me though. Anyway,
Easter sermon.
It's a Good Friday. Okay.
All right.
It's Good Friday.
It's Good Friday. How do you convert old car? Well, it's possible. It's possible. In fact, it's very possible because there's a known fact that for decades there have been a system that can be applied to any car that can make it run off of water. Okay.
Do you know about taking old used cooking oil and converting it into fuel?
Bam used to do that.
See?
Yeah.
Bam used to do that. Okay. Car run like a train.
Real.
Smoke like a train. Okay. Yeah. But that was a diesel truck. That was a diesel engine. That wasn't a regular combustion engine.
No, but you could do it now because the technology has grown. You can do it in regular, like Grand Cherokees, Jeeps are perfect for that.
Really? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
also know that I know this for a fact also that ethanol cars, those green, when you go to the gas station and see those green ethanol signs, most
Right.
Mhm.
cars can be converted to ethanol with a minor switch and with a small conversion kit. But most of your states won't let you do it because it's $1,000 fine to make that conversion without authorization.
Of course.
They, yeah, that's a known fact. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Most cars can the difference between ethanol and petroleum is not that great, and ethanol is much cheaper than petroleum, and it's just a matter
Yes.
of offsetting the timing on your car, which is controlled by a computer chip. You can change your computer chip in the car that it will adjust the timing that it will run off of ethanol, but you have to have a certain situation uh, to do that. And if you do it without authorization, you're going to get a fine. Okay.
Isn't that a problem? Especially with the conditions we're living in. There was a movie many years ago with, I forgot the actor's name, who used to ride a bicycle all the time. I forgot his name. And they came out with these cars in California when they were trying to bring the emissions down.
Mm.
And it was so well done that you
Oh,
could actually,
that was Ed Begley Jr.
yes. And they made the cars so good
Yes.
that you didn't need gas like that anymore. They panicked and went back and forced everybody to sell the car
Yep.
and destroyed the
No,
cars.
it wasn't. It didn't. It was a lease situation. Chevrolet made this car. I forgot the name of it, but it was ugly motherfucker. It was ugly as fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the car ran like crazy.
In the car, it was the way it was designed so good. The batteries didn't have a problem, the braking system didn't have a problem, and it ran forever. And everybody that had one loved it. Okay, and it's
Yep.
a documentary. If you think I'm lying, it's a documentary called "What Happened to the Electric Car." Okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ed
You
Begley
see, you know
Jr.
what I'm talking about.
Ed Begley Jr., who was an actor, he's one of those. He's been a naturalist for
Advocate for.
yeah, advocate for clean air, the whole 9 yards for decades. Him and
Mhm.
a bunch of other people, they leased these cars to see what people how they liked them. And he was the last one to turn his car in, and they literally had to bring the police to his house to take his
Yeah,
car.
they took his car from
Yeah,
him.
yeah, they took his car,
That was crazy.
and then he followed the car. He found out where he took it to, and they crushed all the cars, perfectly good cars. They crushed them all so that you could not duplicate the technology in the car. And
Mhm.
Chevrolet had not made a decent electric car until now. That's no bullshit. If you look on another
And that
document,
was in the late 80s. It was in the late 80s when that happened.
it was another
Because I
documentary.
remember when I saw it the first time, and I was like, what?
Can you hear me?
What?
It was another documentary I
Yeah.
saw about gasoline engines and carburetors. There was a carburetor made in the 50s, that could get 50 some miles to 50 miles to a gallon, and they put this carburetor on the big old super steel tank cars, and that motherfucker drove from LA to New York on like 4 or 5 gallons of gas, some old crazy ass shit. Okay,
Yeah.
he had a meeting with the oil company, and while he was sitting there eating his soup, the motherfucker fell dead. Okay, fell dead. Okay, he said, and then his partner, his assistant and business partner, wasn't at the meeting. The next day they kicked his door in looking for the damn the plans for the shit. Oh, this is all documented shit. This is not some
Mhm.
Lonzo made up shit. This is all documented. Okay, what happened to the that was I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot the name of the damn thing. But then another dude had made a car that ran off of water.
The octane pill,
Yeah,
where you fill your car with water at night, you put the pill in, and you have a full tank of gas.
they killed his ass so fast it was a goddamn shame.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no. They made it offer. They said, either you give us the plans and the pills, or you're not going to live long enough to see that come to fruition.
Homeboy with the 50 with the super carburetor, he says he was going to take his partner's plan and continue his dream. He said, "Shit, motherfuckers in black hats started following him. The kids started feeling funny at school, and shit just started happening." He said, "Man, I'm out of here. I'm out of here." Okay. This is the game they play.
That's for real.
That's what happens when you start fucking with power.
Is that what's going on with the Cash App founder and the?
I wanted to bet the farm on it. Yes, I wanted to bet the farm on that one.
Yeah.
Because Cash App allows you to buy cryptocurrency, which is not traceable, and they want to be able to trace all the money. Okay, so if somebody has a system, I don't know how Cash App is going to be around. Cash App probably may have a major breach in the near future, and a security breach. But I don't use Cash App that much anyway. I use Zelle, and I let it go. But I still use it, but I don't use it as much. Right. I prefer Zelle. Zelle don't charge a fee. And it's just as fast, and it's just Cash App was something the kids liked a lot. My app, Cash App has not been working right for quite some time, so I very seldom use it. But I'm quite sure it's going to have a major breach, and the stock is going to fall down. People are going to start going towards something else. Plus, I understand they have a new app, Fed something. Was it? Well, hold on. Fed Reserve app, Reserve Fed, or some shit like that. Well, allegedly the Federal Reserve has an app that's supposed to be the same thing as Cash App, but it's controlled by the Federal Reserve, which means they can control and see all your transactions.
That's about right.
If they piss you off, if you piss them off, they can turn your money off. What the fuck is wrong with that picture? That was always been my problem with the whole. And as we move towards a digital, a non-cash society, that's always been a problem for me because when I go to the, I don't mind. Sometimes it's a convenience not to have to worry about carrying cash, but knowing that somebody can possibly breach the security system, either have you broke or cut your money off completely. That's a little frightening for me. I'm just
saying. Had a movie like that. It was Person of Interest or something like. What was the movie? It was was it Will Smith or somebody or with Samuel Jackson? They had just all their funds they couldn't. But he had cards. And stuff. But his since he was a person of interest, they shut down all of his accounts and everything. And
are you talking about the one with Gene Hackman?
Yeah, that's
and Will Smith.
Enemy of the State. I just watching that.
Enemy of the State.
Yeah. Same thing with person of interest. They said that's a real thing too. If you become a person of interest, they do the same thing. They make your life miserable.
Well, excuse me, Bernadette. You were correct. The thing about this, you could go back to movies in the 70s that told us this is what was going to happen if we continue down this path. There's a movie starring Charlton Heston, Edward G. Robinson, Chuck Connors, called Soylent Green.
Same guy.
Mm-hmm. So no, Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck
Connors. Chuck Connors is the rifleman.
Right.
Chuck Norris got his ass beat by Bruce Lee.
Right. Yeah.
And he also was Walker, Texas Ranger. Don't get it confused. Anyway, all jokes aside, watch Soylent Green. It will scare the living daylights out of you. Because that movie's about food supply, our lifestyles, and what we do. Another movie that does the same thing, and I'm going back to these older movies, not the remakes, the original movies. Rollerball with James Caan and John Houseman. It discusses sports entertainment as a way of us fighting wars through doing rollerball. You have to watch it. And the manipulation of Jonathan E. At the end, like, Jonathan, you are the greatest person in sport, but we want you to lose. We want you to step down. He's like, why? I have everything. I'm this. I'm not right. No, Jonathan, it's time for you to move on. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm about to win the championship. No, Jonathan, they killed his man. They threatened him to make sure he would quit, and he still didn't quit. These movies speak to today. The original Planet of the Apes, not the new one, not the
Mark Wahlberg versions.
One. What?
Not the Mark Wahlberg versions, right?
No, the Charlton Heston version.
When he kissed the
Planet
monkey.
of the Apes.
He kissed the monkey.
from Planet of the Apes to Battle for the Planet of the Apes with Roddy McDowell are the movies. You have to watch these movies. The points they're trying to make and explain to you. And someone said this to me many years ago. They said, isn't it funny that Steven Spielberg can invent E.T., an extraterrestrial, do a movie about him, and white people will suck up to E.T. like he's his best friend, but let E.T. be a black man, and there's issues, there's problems. Oh my God, what's going on? But E.T., something that Steven Spielberg made up, that they put it on the pillows.
E.T. was cute, man.
Shit. Ouch.
E.T. was cute. Out. Go home. That's a big finger you got there, Bernadette.
It's the camera.
Wait. Fuck E.T.
It's the camera.
Wait. I got a question. Anybody, Bernadette, did you see the Monique's special?
No, I didn't see her special, but
Have you heard it, Dre?
Which Monique special? The last one?
The last one. She got one right now running on Netflix.
Yes, I did see that. Yes.
What you think about it?
Yeah, what'd you think?
I think Monique speaks a lot of truth, but Monique needs to understand one thing. You have to move as a team. You can't do it alone.
Who's she gonna move with?
You gotta build a team.
I think Monique needs to stick with acting and leave stand-up comedy alone. That was not a comedy speech. That was a testimony. Okay?
Yes, and you're making my point clear.
Let me say this right here. She is a good actress. She's won Academy Awards. She's won awards. Okay, her stand-up sucks to no end. Okay, sucks to no end. I tried to count how many motherfuckers and niggas she said. I lost count. Took off my goddamn shoe. Every nigga, motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, you just saying it just to throw it in there for it was used. The words are used so much.
She got the Samuel L. Jackson Award for motherfucker.
No, when Sam says it with conviction and justification and understanding. She says it just gratuitously. It's no reason why you don't need a motherfucker right there. You don't need a nigga right there. Nigga. I mean, dude, it was horrible to me. I mean, I've watched a lot of different
comedy shows.
I watched a lot of comedy shows.
Somebody referred to Richard Pryor. They was like, I grew up on Richard Pryor. I could not digest Monique's
Richard Pryor
all the time. They was like,
Richard Pryor didn't say motherfucker like that.
Richard Pryor made motherfucker funny. Okay.
Right. They said so since they grew up on Richard Pryor, she made it intolerable because they had better with him.
Dude, and thank you. Who said that? I'm gonna put that in the chat room.
Bernadette said that.
That was on my social media. Someone said that on my social media. They said I grew up on motherfuckers from Richard Pryor, and that what Monique did was not comedy. So,
no, it was not. It was not. It was just an hour and some change of motherfucker and nigga. And she told a story about wearing a helmet and shit like that, or being in the special class, and that shit was kind of funny. But it could have been a lot more funny if she didn't cuss. So and I know it may sound sexist, it may sound whatever you want to call it, but to me, as a grown ass man, I got my opinions. It don't sound as cool when women are being raunchy like men. It don't have the same effect.
That sounds like Monique.
Did you see some more? Wait a minute. Did you see Samoa's comedy special?
Yeah. The chandelier, or whatever it is. It was all right. Look, let me say this right here in defense of all comedians when it comes to Lonzo. Okay. I'm a comedy connoisseur. I love comedy. I've been going to comedy before that shit was on television, before it was Def Jams. I used to go to the Comedy Store every Sunday when I owned the Eve After Dark. That was my release to see Eddie Murphy, Jay Leno, Richard Pryor, all these cats before they blew up. Everybody was broke trying to get on at the Comedy Store. So I've seen some great comedy situations, some great comedians. And and for me, comedy is like the fight game. When you grew up on Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Tommy Hearns and cats like that, and to see the new guys that can go to a fight and leave the fight, put on a pair of glasses, and go to the after party. And back in the day, when you went to the fight and there was a fight, the winner of the fight and the loser of the fight went to the emergency room and sometimes stayed for a few days because they got their ass whooped. To go to a comedy store, go to a comedy show and not get curled over where I can't breathe, it ain't comedy, man. If I can breathe, it ain't comedy. If I can breathe.
Let me ask you this before you go deeper. What did you think of the last Chris Rock's comedy special?
It was all right. It was all right. It was cool. The best part was the end. Okay, he had some good shots, but he didn't get me till the end. And even when he got me, it was more of a right-on situation as opposed to a laugh. Okay, it was not.
Comedians got to watch out for that. They're right-on thing.
It was Monique was trying to wrap up some right-ons with some laughs, and it didn't work. And a bunch of motherfuckers. You took a bunch of motherfuckers, wrapped around some stories that wasn't funny, and then tried to justify your shit for what you've been through. And we could have felt that. If you did a testimony, we would have felt that more if you had to cuss so much in it. Okay? Testimony of I did this as a young girl and I fought for this and I fought for that. Nigga, motherfucker. God damn, Monique. Me and Samuel Jackson, I'm his twin in the right situation.
You are.
Okay? I could be his twin when it comes to using that word, but god damn, baby. Can you have any other words in your vocabulary? Any other words? Can you clean it up at all? Can you just not make you make Samuel Jackson go, damn, bitch?
Can I jump in real quick?
Please do.
Okay. The thing I think you're discussing is what's missing from a lot of entertainment is that word itself, entertainment. Because when you had comedians like Lenny Bruce walk out on a stage and he was telling stories, George Carlin, and how they molded what they did. And I'm using these people for an example. Even Richard Pryor tried to be like Bill Cosby at one point in his career till he realized that's not his voice. But when Richard walked out there and he started discussing things that he knew was personal to him and his experiences that made people laugh, as we advanced into the Eddie Murphy generation and the Wayans came around and the kings of comedy to the queens of comedy, and everybody started to have this, the MF world generation of being comedians. When I watch the HBOs and Showtimes now, there's very few funny people. They're just not funny.
You know what, my man?
It's just not funny. So you get to a point. Let me finish.
You got to hurry up. We almost out of time.
Hurry up. I want to say Happy Resurrection Day to everybody on Sunday. Enjoy yourself. Happy Easter to the most of us. But folks, we have to get ready. And that means Monique too. Because this Emma fucking time is running short.
All right, goddammit. I think we're almost out of goddamn time. Shit.
You said we're running short. That was your cue.
Look, my boy Jack, do I know Hope Flood? Have I heard of Hope Flood? Me and Hope Flood are friends. We've been friends for 30 years. She's played at my club for a long time. I've been knowing Hope Flood, and she is hilarious. I went to a comedy show at my boy Tariq Nasheed's museum a few weeks ago, and for the first time in about 4 or 5 years, other than Dave Chappelle, I laughed my ass off at everybody. So there are talented comedians out there with their own style, and everybody was different, and it wasn't a whole bunch of motherfuckers and bullshit. It was some tasteful, technical motherfuckers and a few niggas in there, but they used it in a way that it was appreciated and not just too much, like having too much sugar, too much salt in your goddamn
get off my social media
French fries or your goddamn or too much sugar in your iced tea. In the meantime, folks, this is Lonzo Bernadette. Say goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Dr. Dre, say goodbye.
We got trouble. Goodbye.
All right, folks. This is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop, wrapping up right now. Another episode of Legendary Connects. Peace, y'all. We out. Happy Easter.